every day I was scared going to school, and every day I was scared coming home, because I was being called names on the way. I was being called nigger and blackie, and they were singing Cadbury's Take 'em and cover 'em with chocolate. And for a while I was called Roundtrees, which wasn't too bad. And stuff like that. And at the time, I mean, they think it's funny. And at the time I was trying to think it was funny and laughing, but it was actually hurting me, you know? Like, it actually was causing me pain.
Like, I used to be called Blackie, so I went up to the kids one day and I said, I'm not black. And so they started to call me Brownie.
It made me incredibly insecure, like very insecure, very afraid of rejection, like very hesitant to go up to people and say hello, for fear that they'd turn around and say something to me. I still dislike intensely walking down dark streets at night. If I'm somewhere I don't know, if there are a group of people standing on the street, I will cross the road to get away from them, you know. And that's a residual fear. I mean, I'm sure they wouldn't do anything, but I mean, there's always the fear that they would, that they might say something, they might do something, and you don't know what. With a certain feeling that you are a natural victim, that you are going to be a victim at the time, you know. Definitely, I felt like a victim. I felt very isolated, very lonely.
In primary school, there's always this big bully, you know. Well, there's always one in every school, like every class. But one day, he picked on me, and I got very annoyed, and I pushed him, like. But then he could have got all the lads, all his friends, and all together. And I had my brother with me, younger brother, and they surrounded us in the schoolyard, tried to bash us up and all that. And it was very upsetting. That's the one time that really sticks out in my mind, that I was different to everyone else in the class. Blackie, chalk ice, nigger, things like that, you know. It's just a hard thing to me at that age. We walked home, like, that was at lunchtime. We went back into the class, we were very upset. We were really quiet, you know, but we walked home kind of sniffling, and then when we got home, then we broke out into tears, like. But my mum was great, she just said, that's the way it goes.
Because there's a certain amount of sort of, you know, poor black orphan type thing, you know, poor black babies and people being patronising and condescending. As a child, you get a lot of people saying, isn't she lovely? And you're sitting beside them, you know, and they're doing that here, and you're sort of, you know, like, you could actually talk to me, you know, I can talk too.
I answered an ad for a flat, and when I got to the door, the woman said the flat was gone. And then about a year later, I answered another ad, and the flat that I was looking for was gone, but she said there was another flat available, and if I could come in within the next 5 minutes. So I arrived, and when I got there, she just took one look at me and said, no, it's gone, that's it.
I was asked to arrange to get a flat for some people from South Africa. I made arrangements over the phone with this landlord, who agreed to accept them on my guarantor. I sent them along the following evening, and an hour later they returned, explained to me that the flat had been taken. I sent along a white friend of mine to check out this same flat. He was offered the flat without any problem, and he asked then how come the flat was available to him and was not available to his friends from South Africa.
The way it is now, the more I'm knocked down, the stronger I become, or as the song goes. I don't really let it get to me, you know, at all. Well, it is sort of upsetting, but I wouldn't go home and cry about it, you know. I mean, if I was to worry about things, I thought I'd never go outside the door.
Blind ignorance. Not blind, ignorance. Sheer ignorance, pure ignorance. There is no black culture in Ireland. There are individuals in this country who are mixed race. I am one of them. Most of us have been brought up in isolation. We've been isolated from each other and from any sense of a black identity. There is no black community we can identify with.
Let me say, well, I'm Irish, yeah. I don't feel white, I don't feel black. So I've no sort of real connection with white, and I've no connection with black. I'm not on any cause at all.
Because I'm not a foreigner. I am Irish. This is my country. This is my home, you know. This is where I vote. You know, this is where I pay tax.
I've just been brought up here, and I'm just Irish. I don't know anything else.
And so it's easier for people to pick on you if you're in isolation.
I just feel me, just individual.